Hi everyone, Dr. Byrne here for another episode of Revive TV. As you may recall, last week we discussed all things around wheat and the potential pitfalls of having too much wheat in your diet. So, to help combat that and to help you move forward with maybe healthier options, this week's episode are the top 5 alternatives to wheat. So hopefully after last week's episode, we at least got you thinking about wheat. Is wheat a requirement? Is wheat something that is going to help us optimally be healthier? Or is it something that some of us can tolerate and some of us can't tolerate at all? So if we are asking you to maybe make a shift away from wheat, and it is in so many different foods and ones that we use to cook for ourselves, but also in the foods that we buy, we decided to give you some alternatives to allow you to explore different options. We'll also at the end just give you a brief rundown of where you can best source these foods. So the first alternative we're going to share with you today is amaranth. Amaranth is an ancient grain. It was used a lot by the Aztecs, 6,000, 8,000 years ago. And it is high in protein, vitamins and minerals, and because of this, it was a really critical part of these ancient cultures' diet. In fact, it was a staple in their diet. It has other things like protein, fiber, magnesium, manganese, and phosphorus and iron. So what are the benefits of having amaranth as part of your diet? So we've already mentioned that it's high in protein, and protein is really important for building muscle. It's also important in tissue repair, and also great for neurological function. A couple other things it does, amaranth, it helps reduce inflammation, lowers cholesterol, and is good for bone density. So perhaps we want to try amaranth as one of your alternatives. The second one is buckwheat. Now, by its name, it may sound like it's wheat, but that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, it's not even a grain, it's actually a seed, and it's been used for centuries throughout Asian cultures. So this food is high in protein, high in fiber, and has so many antioxidants in it that it is considered a superfood. So what are the benefits of taking buckwheat, or including buckwheat into your routine? So obviously it has a lot of antioxidants, so it helps fight off disease. It's high in protein, so we mentioned some of the benefits of that before, including nerve transmission and muscle, help building with muscle and stuff like that. It also is high in fiber, so it's great for our digestive system as well. So, and one of the ones which I should mention about all of these alternatives we're giving you is they're all gluten-free as well. So anyone who's sensitive, you should be fine with these as well. The third one is millet, and millet you'll find in a lot of African cultures, and like buckwheat, it isn't actually a grain, it's actually a seed. It has a very low glycemic index, which will help regulate our blood sugars. That's one of the major benefits, and it's also high in fiber, which we've already mentioned the benefits of fiber in the previous two. So millet is a great alternative to wheat as well. The fourth one, quinoa. Well, this one, we definitely use a lot of this in our family as an alternative, but also just because it is a great food source. It originated in the mountains of South America and has become really, really popular. One of the great benefits, or one of the interesting things about quinoa is that it contains all 9 essential amino acids in it, and actually is called a complete protein. A complete protein contains all 21 of the amino acids that the ones that the body makes and the ones that your body needs to get into, and those ones are the essential ones. And that's very, very unique in a plant-based food. You'll mostly find this in grass-fed beef. So one of the great benefits of quinoa is that it has these essential amino acids. So along with the amino acids, it's high in fiber. We've mentioned what the benefits of they are. It's high in iron, which helps keep a healthy red blood cell count. It also contains lysine. Lysine is important in tissue repair and growth. And then magnesium. So we've mentioned some benefits of magnesium being muscle relaxant, but also nerve transmission as well. And the final alternative is wild rice. So wild rice has a higher source of protein than most whole grains. It also has a great amount of fiber, folate, and magnesium. One of the great benefits is it has a high antioxidant count, which we've already talked about antioxidants being great for fighting off disease. And it may also deter potential birth defects. Why do I say that? Well, there's a high amount of folate in wild rice. And folate is really important in rapid cell division and growth, which is something that occurs very important. So during the birth, or not the birth process, but during the pregnancy itself. The other one we said was magnesium, which is good for muscle relaxants, good for nerve transmission. And the last one is it helps strengthen bones because it's high in phosphorus as well. So that concludes our 5 alternatives. And the alternatives are amaranth, buckwheat, millet, quinoa, and wild rice. There are more options than that as well if you want to Google and look for more. Our suggestion is, if you're looking for these products, is to go to any good organic food store or health food store. Most of these places will store these foods. There are great recipes online where you can look at how to use them and utilize them best. But one thing we really encourage you to do is, if you can get away from wheat with some of these alternatives, and they taste great as well, then we think it's going to be of great health benefit to you. Thanks for watching another episode of Revive TV. We'll be back with another episode next week. Thanks for watching.